All right, what's going on, everybody? It is March 30th, 2023. Just wanted to cover a little bit about what happened regarding Roku. So, if you haven't heard, Roku is cutting about 6% of their staff, which represent about 200 people of their workforce in regards to basically lower operating expenses, or I mean, this is just me reading between the lines, but just increasing shareholder profit and just essentially just trimming the fat overall. And I think a lot of companies are going to be doing this as they have been doing this. So, I mean, this year so far, we've had layoffs in companies such as Meta, Alphabet, Google, Amazon. We had a bunch of layoffs from those big name players, sometimes even multiple instances of about layoffs in the tens of thousands. So, I mean, you can see the aftermath of a lot of people just on social media if you're scrolling. A lot of people are laid off, definitely in the tech sector. Definitely looks like overall that the tech sector just did a lot of overhiring. They were pretty bullish on their vision that basically resulted in you know being being too overinvested in the employees or too bullish on the future, such as Zuckerberg on the metaverse, or just a lot of these companies really taking advantage of, I don't know, the work from home environment. So companies like Zoom or companies like Roku, companies like Netflix, various software that'll benefit from the work from home environment, although they did very well during the COVID era, is just not doing so well now. So it just really goes to show you that markets really exhibit cyclical behavior and nothing is really guaranteed, even though if it seems like it. So I just want to talk a little bit about tech overall. So it seems like from my standpoint, my perspective, I'm not really in tech. I'm not too involved in tech. I know a few people that are involved in tech. One of my good friends is who recently got laid off from tech. He was working at Twitter, but prior to that, just I'm pretty sure he was making good money, at least like $200,000 in total compensation income, and he got laid off as a function of Elon Musk taking over Twitter. So that's just absolutely insane. It's just really scared. Don't know what's gonna happen for anyone, but the tech sector overall is just not really looking good. I think more layoffs are gonna happen, and I think this might be just the 2020 period of how good tech was. I think that might be the best. I really can't see tech being as good as it was. Even let's say we bounce back from the recession or bounce back from this high interest rate environment as we lower interest rates, which give companies more money to basically finance into their operations. I really can't imagine that tech companies are going to overhire as they once did, especially if they went into something like this. And one really crazy thing that they're not really thinking about yet, and I feel like a lot of the executives and managers already know, but not really talking out loud, is they can hire a lot of these remote workers overseas. So they can hire over remote workers overseas at about a fraction of the cost as they're paying here. And because they're overseas, they might even get more of the work ethic. It's just kind of crazy. So, I mean, that's something that definitely want to look into. That's something I think companies are going to catch up on if they haven't already been catching up on. So I think the days of taking a boot camp, you take a 6 week or 9 week coding boot camp, and then you're guaranteed a whatever six-figure job in the boot camp's going to help you, get hired on. I think those days might be over. I mean, this is totally me just speculating. This is totally me just ranting. So if you disagree with me, feel free to disagree with me in the comments below. But this is just what I'm seeing. Like, I don't think tech is going to be as good as it was. I think, of course, I think for the top talent will always be employed, and the top talent will always be paid. The top talent are the ones that are really driving in millions and billions of dollars of revenue. They're really responsible for um, basically the data infrastructure of these specific software that these tech companies use to deliver products to their customers, and they're really responsible for millions and billions of dollars of revenue, which makes sense of why they are paid so much. But if, for example, you're like some product manager who's making a day in the life TikToks and you're making 250 grand a year just to basically do nothing and basically just get coffee in the morning or basically go to the food court, then I don't know. Um, Hopefully I'm not coming off as bitter, because I'm not, but I just trying to understand the overall big picture here. So anyways, that's my rant for the day. So that's just, we had Roku laying off about 6% of their staff. So I think we're going to see more companies do this. Other companies may be like, oh, hey, so and so is laying off. We're going to make these operating expense cuts, and we're going to be laying off our staff too. So this is what I think is also coming. And thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe, and these are just my thoughts rambling. I just had to get this off my chest. And if you want to comment, feel free to leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are, and we'll talk to you later.